guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today. And today we are going over my brand new Tediore Harlowe build. Now we're right here at the start. I want to go over a little interaction that's going on with this build. It is really cool. I did not find this interaction, but Galactic Dragon did. I decided to add it to my Tediore Harlowe build because we don't need critical funding or any of that stuff on this build. This interaction is Double Groundbreaker, and I will tell you what skill it does. What does it? What does this? So the first Groundbreaker is 16 million, and we got the 1.2 million shot because we're using the Watts for dinner here. And then the second one got 32.1 million and 2. All right, on to with the video, and I'll show you the skill real quick. Go on with the build. All right, so the skill that's doing this is Domino Effect. Whenever Harlowe deals splash damage to an entangled enemy, she gains a chance to increase trigger entangled damage share again. So this allows you to proc Double Groundbreaker. It's pretty ridiculous. So on with the build and on with the weapon. I hope if you guys enjoy this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe and leave a comment down below what you guys would like to see next. So we're using the unsubscriber. This is the wrong unsubscriber. We cooked the wrong gun here. Oh, this is supposed to be the Ruby's Grass. So we're using the Ruby's Grass for mobbing. This is really good. It can come off alt fires. I really recommend looking for an alt SMG Ruby's Grass. If you can't find one, just grab one with Torque, Impact, and highest meg you can basically find, but it's the best roll. Alt SMG would be really nice for the takedown, but I haven't got one yet. I haven't had the luck on rolling one yet. And then we're using the Insubscriber. Now we got an Insubscriber that has Replicator, Homing, and SMG ammo. Either of these pistols will work really well for the takedown. You are going to want something with SMG ammo. And the Laser Discer is also an option here. The Laser Discer drop with ammo. The Laser Discer we're using for bossing. But if you can get a Laser Discer with Replicator and Homing for mobbing with SMG ammo, that would be really good. You probably one-chuck everything. And then we got we're using Categorized Revenge to get our action skill back really easily. Now this one has Tediore accessories on it. Now this one throws in shooting at enemies. Now the really nice thing about this is say during the takedown, you lose your action skill for some reason. You throw this in between a bunch of enemies, and it's just gonna do your action skill back so fast. You can also shoot the enemies too, and it works fine too, but I usually just chuck it in between the enemies, so it just gets your action skill back super quick. And then we're using a Enrage and Reload Speed rep kit. This is just really nice. So you have Enrage and Reload Speed. Reload Speed is really good for Tediore, and Enrage is really good for damage. And then we're using the Crit Knife just for extra damage. Not really needed here. And then we're using the Recycler Quencher at the Quencher. This has a recycler on it. Tediore flights and parts keep 50% magazine ammo on reload, which is really important for the takedown. And Banger guns with Tediore lights and parts use 50% of maximum loaded ammo when calculating thrown damage. This enhancement has gun mag and assault rifle mag. And then we're running the triple siphon Watts for dinner, which is really nice. You're always getting bonus shot. Then we're running the phlebotomist. We're running 3 sustained reaction, 4 in a cytotic state, and action skill rotation is also very important. You probably could run one with 5 in excited state and 2 sustained reaction. I did not test that on this build, but that also would be another thing you can look out for. But you are going to want at least action skill rotation on the class mod. And then we're using 3 Deadeyes, so you get more gun accuracy, which is not super important here, but gun critical hit damage is the most important. And then you get more critical hit damage per stack. And then we're using Get Throwing, so you get 35% more grenade damage. 1 in active fire, so you get 10% more weapon damage, which is nice for your Tediore chucks. And then 1 in quantum immortality. You get 1% health regeneration for a little bit of survivability. 5 in parallel circuit, so you get 30% more gun damage when you reactivate your action skill. 1 in negative neutrality, so you can get into precision engineering. So you get 30% more crit. 4 in periodic table flip, so you get 16% more elemental damage and a little bit more status effect chance. 1 in ripple effects, when you kill an enemy, you can entangle another enemy nearby. 1 in concurrence, so you get a little bit of action skill rotation per entangled enemy. 5 in discrete math, so you have splash damage of 35% more, which is really nice because you're using Tediore, so this is really good. And then we're using 2 in domino effect, so this is what I went over earlier in the beginning of the video. This is just allowing us to proc double groundbreaker. I'm not sure if it is double proc in a Tediore chuck sometimes. I do not test that, but it might be able to, because when it does splash damage, if it's doing entangled damage from, if it's decoherence doing the work there, it might be. And then reason 5 in momentum, so you get 25% more critical damage, really important. 5 in mass function, so you get 15% more reload speed. 3 in creative overflow, so you get up 36% more gun damage. 2 in confirmative reality, so you get 1% extra skill cooldown per shot. 5 in excited state, so you get 60% more critical damage. 4 in distribution function, so you get shield restore damage dealt. 1 in acceleration, 3 in lifesteal. We're not running 1 in refraction. I didn't see the Tediore chucks ricocheting at all, so I didn't see them ricocheting, so I don't think this skill is worth it on this build. The reason 5 in decoherence, so this decoherence double dips, and you get 25% more damage altogether, which is really, really good. And then 5 in Latin charge, so you get even more bonus damage with your Tediore chucks. 1 in runaway reaction, so when you shoot your enemy with a categorized revenge, or if you chuck the categorized revenge in between the enemies, it will entangle them when it hits them, and you can access shield back really, really easily. And then we're using the best defense. You get 30% damage dealt when shields are full. For using rid of this, you get 1% gun damage per stack. Now with caffeine, so you get action skill cooldown. And when you pop your rev kit, which is really nice when you don't have your action skill, which is kind of nice there in the takedown, because sometimes in between the enemies, when they're not killing a bunch of things, you run out of action skill. And then obviously we are using Groundbreaker. Groundbreaker is really nice here. You don't really need to use Groundbreaker. You could spec out of domino effect if you want to. I just thought it was a really cool interaction that Dragon found. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.